All right, so we got how Brucedropemoff became the most hated streamer by a Bando. We reacted to one of Bando's videos before. He's pretty good at what he does.
So over the years, Brucedropemoff has become one of the biggest streamers in the world, and over the years, thousands of people have grown to love him. And at one point, he was many people's favorite streamer. But within the past 2 years, it seems like all of that love that Brucedropemoff was once receiving is now turning into a form of hate. But why and how exactly does Brucedropemoff manage to get all of this hate on the internet? Well, that's probably what you're here to figure out. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the Trap House with the biggest trapper.
Yeah.
And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below my description to join my Discord server.
Yeah, go ahead,
official member.
Man, smash the subscribe.
Now with all of that,
smash my subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and like the video, man.
Being said, let's get into how Brucedropemoff became the most hated streamer on the internet. Okay, so if you've been watching Bruce at all over the years, then you know that him speaking his mind is nothing new to Brucedropemoff at all. In fact, Brucedropemoff's rise to becoming one of the biggest streamers literally all started about 8 years ago when he was in his room just roasting other big streamers within the community.
I don't f with you, bro. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't f with you, nigga. So wait, stop DMing me asking me for a feature, bro. I don't f with you, bro. Dead ass.
And over time, Brucedropemoff began getting a name within the 2K community, and this led to him expanding more and more, and then eventually making his way over to the quote-unquote poggers community. And honestly, he was one of the first streamers that I give credit to for really merging like the quote-unquote W and L community with the poggers community. Now I feel like that whole thing is like slowly starting to fade away, but Bruce was definitely like one of the first streamers I feel like that was a heavy part of both. And with Bruce being tapped in with both of these communities, of course it came to a point where he would start growing rapidly, and he quickly became one of the biggest streamers on all of Twitch.
Bruce stocks were going up.
A core fan base that goes by the name of DEO. And with the connections he made by being tapped in with the poggers community, this all led to him joining an organization which is very popular within the poggers community that goes by the name of OTK. But I would say joining OTK would be one of the many mistakes that Bruce has made throughout his career, because I feel like this is when Bruce's career would like slowly start going downhill. So shortly after joining OTK, some drama has started happening with a few of the members that involved him getting exposed having some very serious allegations against him. So
I forgot OTK was a thing.
Brucedropemoff leaving the entire organization, and when he left OTK, he would start beefing with one of the other members of OTK that goes by the name of Miskiff. Now I'm sure all of you probably know Miskiff. He's a very big Twitch streamer within the poggers community. He was also one of the key parts of the organization OTK, and this would lead to Brucedropemoff falling out with Miskiff entirely.
Miska, stop texting my phone. You are blocked. Again, don't ever come at me like that ever a day in your fucking life. I did way more for you than I was even supposed to. You're supposed to be sending good energy, nigga. I should have left when your bitch ass got exposed. It's just weird energy because I left.
So that was like the first little minor wave of hate that Bruce would receive. But to fast forward, because we could literally be here all day talking about like all the drama Bruce has been through. So as most of you probably know, while Bruce was streaming on Twitch, he also became very close friends with YourRage, and he will also eventually become very good friends with another streamer by the name of Kai Cenat. And these three streamers, when they were friends, they were probably like the biggest trio on Twitch. They always did collabs. In fact, they had a very popular like title for their collab, which was Boys Night. And that would even grow into something a little more bigger than that. And they would even start like their own mini group titled DYK. And it really did start to seem like this trio was going to become one of the biggest streaming groups that there was. Like they even planned to release merch at one point, although I don't ever think it ended up dropping. And sad,
bro, the merch would have been so hard. Bruce it was a peak time. It was like, I love how the streaming community goes through like different little arcs, but like that was definitely like peak cinema, man. That was peak cinema. Like these live streams, being in Discord, you got the 3 vision split screen, you know what I'm saying? Got Deshaun and former cameraman Chris V in the background, you know. And then you got it was vibes. It was vibes. They don't got it like that no more. I mean, Faze kind of got something. AMP's really just all you got. And they don't got a crib right now. They're trying to sort that out.
Sadly, this whole DYK thing would eventually all be very short-lived, because as time passed, it seemed like Bruce started drifting away a little bit from Kai Cenat and YourRage. For a period of time, fans wanted to know where the DYK streams were at. Why weren't we getting any more boys night streams? What was going on with the three? Were they still friends? And no one would really know what was going on with the whole DYK thing all the way up until October 12, 2023. And this day would end up being one of the worst moments of Brucedropemoff's entire streaming career, because one of his moderators at the time would end up leaking Brucedropemoff's messages from a Twitter group chat, and the messages that he leaked were pretty bad. These messages consisted of Brucedropemoff just talking bad about his current friends at the time, YourRage and Kai Cenat, and also streamers like Aiden Rawls and Speed. And he was even talking about Lil Yachty, who was also one of his good friends at the time as well. And honestly, most of these messages really stemmed from Brucedropemoff feeling like these streamers were stealing his content ideas. Like one of the screenshots was him talking to YourRage about a potential trip.
Want to go to Japan for free, 12th to 16th. I have sponsorships locked in for every week of July. I'll just go to Kick. Till I go to Kick. Thank you for inviting me though. Holy shit, real nigga. What days is it? Every Monday and Thursday. The ACR? Nah, I'll change it around. Mondays is 2K for 2 hours. Thursdays is the tournament with streamers. Cause I'm trying to stay for 3 or 4 days. You can IRL, I can, etc. Dang.
Trip to Japan, but YourRage told him that he couldn't make it due to being busy. And shortly after having this conversation with Rage about going to Japan, Kai and Speed would announce that they were planning to go to Japan for an episode of their show that they were doing like on Rumble.
3, 2, 1, we are going to Japan!
And the dates that they just so happened to go to Japan was also the time that Brucedropemoff was planning to go to Japan with YourRage. So this would lead to Bruce basically saying that he felt like Rage was the one that told Kai about it, and they ultimately stole his idea. And he will also feel away because he started playing CSGO on stream, like doing case openings and things like that. And then Kai would eventually follow up by playing CSGO. It's really just a lot that went on with that entire situation.
The thing that made it weird to me, like I understand feeling like somebody's copying your flow, but like if y'all are really locked in, y'all really supposed to be friends, you shouldn't be jealous of your man's getting money. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be jealous of your man's like following and look at it this way, following in your footsteps. They think what you're doing is such a great idea that they wanted to do it too. So I don't really see in what world it makes sense to like hate on it in that sense. Like I understand being like, dang, bro, like we could have just worked something out together. We could have came with like with a scripted thing for all of us, like as a collective to do stuff. Even if we don't do it at the same time, even if we don't do multiplayer, whatever the case may be, like we all just get something going, you know, and just share ideas and everybody. It's free for all, right? Because at the end of the day, that's what the content creator space is. It's a free for all. But the fact that like he took it so personally, it's like, nigga, calm down. We all just trying to get to the bread. Stack your paper, and let's all be cool. But he just couldn't do that. That wasn't in his bag.
That whole thing is relatively old now, but this would basically be the end of Brucedropemoff's friendship with YourRage and Kai Cenat.
And that was crazy because you got to remember, this was when Kai was like, this was peak Kai. I mean, Kai's still peak Kai, but like that was when like everybody was on him. Like the Poggers community was linking in. You had Valkyrie and all of them. Like everybody was paying attention to what Kai had going on, bro. And then you had, this was shortly after YourRage turned on the face cam because he hit 1 million on, was it Twitch? I think it was on Twitch. And that was like the final 1 million that he needed on a platform for him to do the face cam. So that was after that. So he was popping crazy. They were all going crazy. Bruce was cool. I actually started watching Bruce shortly before this. It's like, oh, he's cool, da-da-da. Like, you know, he got a calm vibe to him. He a little loud sometimes, and that's not really my forte. Is why I pick, ironically enough, I watch Rage the most out of all of them. But yeah, after that, I was like, no more Bruce.
You need to go to therapy if that's how you feeling, bro. You need to do that, bro. Because I don't respect it at all, bro. And I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't want to do shit with you no more. I don't want to be associated with you no more because it is too dangerous to have a nigga like that in my circle.
And he would start receiving like crazy amounts of hate. Like I really believe the reason why everyone hates him now is because of that one situation. Even though Kai Cenat and YourRage has both moved past it now, like they don't really mention Bruce at all anymore. And to make matters even worse, he had recently joined Kick during this time, so that's around the time he started becoming like more edgy and saying like a lot of crazy things on stream. And with him being on Kick, in these messages he also says something about Aiden Rawls, who he was also very good friends with at the time as well. They was doing a lot of content together because they were both on Kick. It seemed like they were really good friends, at least on camera. So this would lead to him getting even more hate from Aiden's community. And you know, once them AR loyals hate you, it's like bad forever. Like they're gonna start doing everything they can to make your life like terrible, bro.
Facts.
So with all of this hate that Bruce started receiving while he was on Kick, this would all end up leading to his viewership dropping massively. Now, people could have their own reasons as to why they think his viewership dropped. You could say it's because of the hate. You could say it's because he's on Kick and Kick is a dead platform. Or you could just run with this narrative that he quote unquote fell off. But his Kick contract would eventually come to an end and he switched back to Twitch. His numbers would end up skyrocketing once again. And he will also manage to gain over 13,000 subscribers in just his first 2 weeks of being back on Twitch. So whether you hate him and say he fell off or whatever the case may be, clearly that wasn't the case when he first came back. But
he definitely didn't fall off, but like part of it was definitely how his relationships fell through and how everybody felt sour. Like if you fall out with one person that's really popular, it's like, dang, you force people to pick sides. And then, you know, depending on how much y'all hate each other, like people are really stout on it and they stand on it. And if y'all had an overlapping community, well, now it got sectioned off. And you have some people that'll still watch both. But for the most part, like obviously we know how that goes. But when you start falling out with everybody, Kai, Rage, Aiden, and this was peak Aiden too, right? And still people later on, further down the line, it just gets worse and worse. It doesn't get better.
He would end up getting it even more drama. Of course, it's Bruce. Of course, he ends up in drama. He's going to crash out, whatever the case may be, right? So when he originally came back to Twitch, he was talking about all the problems that he had on Kick. And he would once again say some negative things about Aiden Ross and his entire group like SSB, as well as getting into like a little minor beef with SQC because he was talking so bad about the entire Kick platform. Brucedropemoff would manage to stay drama free for about 2 weeks, which ended up being like a record for him at this stage of his career. But he would end up going on his burner account and saying like a lot of like slurs and whatnot. And this would lead to his burner getting banned on Twitch, which also meant that he couldn't stream on his main account because it would be like a ban evasion, which would result in him getting permanently banned. So he would end up taking like another 2 to 3 week break away from streaming. So he would use this time to go on vacation in Japan while he was banned. And once he managed to get unbanned, he would make his return to streaming, and he managed to stay drama free for about 3 days, all the way up until July 8th, where he would get a lot more drama and receive a lot more hate. Because around this time, this is where the whole like Sketch situation happened, where Sketch had got massively exposed online about like things he used to do in his past life and everything. We're not even going to get into that. I posted a video about it if you want to go watch it. But Brucedropemoff would then go live, but he would make like a lot of jokes about the situation and do a whole lot of trolling and just give his overall opinions on this entire Sketch situation.
It's in my ass, brother. Slide it in. Take it out. Pineapples. Oh my God, Sketch, yes. He came out the closet, yes. Yes, let me that fat white ass. Like everybody that with that nigga literally wants to him, bro. I know y'all.
And if you know Brucedropemoff, you know that that's what he literally made his career off of. Trolling, making jokes, getting people upset. That's what he does. That's always
that was
Bruce.
his bread and butter.
His core community knows that he's not really meant to be taken like as serious as people are taking him. But of course, this would end up upsetting a lot of people. Like people were wishing death on him. People were wishing that he got banned again. Like people were literally just wishing the absolute worst for Bruce because of the things that he was going live and saying about Sketch, as well as like all the things he had already done in the
past. His girl broke up with him too.
I made a couple jokes. Y'all over here sending me death threats. I had to go buy 13 new guns. The f wrong with y'all?
And after receiving all the hate for that, he would once again take another break from streaming, and this time he would be gone for another 2 to 3 weeks, but he will be active on his Twitter account, like promoting like his artists and all of that with his Ball Hog record label. But this time his time away from streaming would be extended because he's also going through some drama in his personal life involving like a breakup with his longtime girlfriend and things like that we're not even going to get into because it's none of our business. I'm really just here to talk about like, the actual content side of things.
Hey yo, hey Bando. I appreciate that. Hey, what you said is none of our business. I like being nosy though, but that is none of our business. Well, we don't understand the inner workings, so I will be very brief, but they seemed like a very nice couple from the outside looking in. She looked like she was very well accustomed to his lifestyle and his antics and, you know, just the type of person he was. And it looked like she genuinely loved Bruce for Bruce, but sometimes good things come to an end. And that just seemed to be one of them.
So he will make his return to streaming just a few hours ago on July 28th, and this stream was literally just meant to be like a little heart-to-heart between him and his viewers, explaining to his viewers what was going on within his personal life. But while he was streaming, another streamer who's a member of the new Faze clan who goes by the name of Lacey was also streaming, and people was coming into Bruce's chat basically saying like, yo, Lacey's talking about you, he's talking crazy. And this would lead to Bruce basically saying he doesn't care about Lacey, he doesn't care about Faze or anything like that.
Nigga, you think I give a f if Lacey is live? Nigga, f that fat white ass nigga. You think I give a f nigga, f Faze?
Nah, I saw that. I was dying. He said, nigga, fuck. Bro, no, I gotta hear it.
He doesn't care about Lacey, he doesn't care about Faze or anything like that.
Nigga, you think I give a f if Lacey is live? Nigga, f that fat white ass nigga. You think I give a f nigga, f Faze?
He means it.
And after saying that on stream, he would receive some messages from Faze Banks, and then Faze Banks would end up calling him, and he would end up saying some pretty crazy things to Bruce.
What?
Yo, just know I'm smacking the shit.
What? Okay. Oh.
And fucking your bitch.
For real?
But I'm gonna take one. Watch. I'm gonna make an example out of you. We both know that I'm fucking your girl first thing tonight, tomorrow.
Now after that, things would become.
That was really childish on Banks' part. Like I know he's like the head person for the Faze group and everything, and like financials and the big boss and all that. But like when you stoop that low and like your only comeback is I'm gonna fuck your bitch, who at the time, at least my understanding was that was his ex. That looks kind of silly. It looks kind of childish. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure like Banks is like almost 40 now. He's got to be at least 35, 36. So yeah, he had that longevity, but it's time to pack it up, gang. Like this ain't
serious with Bruce saying that he's gonna be in LA and blah blah blah, all this and all that, and just a lot of trolling that ended up happening between the two. And Faze Banks would end up making a post on Twitter tagging Bruce's girlfriend, and even end up posting like the current weather in the city of Atlanta, which is where Bruce and his girlfriend are from, basically hinting at like he was going to pull up or come to Atlanta or whatever he wanted people to get from that message. And Bruce would just continue trolling the entire Faze clan while on stream, and he would eventually end up leaking more of the messages that Faze Banks sent him, and then he would just completely end his stream. He announced that he was going to be taking a very long break away from streaming this time because he has other things he wants to focus on and let them things grow. And he would really just say that being on the internet hasn't really been as fun as it used to because of all of the hate that he was receiving. So he wanted to focus more on other businesses and other real life things that's going on because he gets actual love in real life. So why would he be on the internet just getting a lot of hate? So we don't necessarily know when the next time we're going to.
On a side note, like that's a really good point. Being able to switch that money over, make something shake, and get into that bag. Other ways, I mean, I love that for him. Just being able to have that longevity, have that ability to just like take that step back and say, you know what, I've made my bag off streaming. They say you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He is definitely the villain across all streaming platforms. Like I don't even watch him anymore just because, like, as he said, like bro was sitting there staying out of trouble for like 3 whole days and then started beefing with somebody else. So I mean, no hate towards him, of course. We want everybody to prosper. Well, we want all people with good intentions in their heart to prosper and be successful. And there's enough money for everybody. There's enough opportunities for everybody. We just got to find them, and everybody's working on their own clock. Everybody got their own time. You know what I'm saying? And Bruce had his, right? So I mean, I don't think too hard about it. I'm sure he's gonna be fine. I'm sure he'll randomly come back, and I don't think he'll ever be Bruce of the past though. Like pre-Bruce, like as soon as Kai and Rage were like done with him, I was like, yeah, it's a slippery slope downhill. Because guys like Aiden, they randomly like get into it with some people and then they're all of a sudden cool again. But like Kai really was like heard about it, and then like now everything's like just we don't talk about it anymore. But it was definitely like it was real for a minute there. It was real between them all.
He said it could be 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even longer than that. Who knows? But what we do know is that Bruce received a lot of hate on the internet over the past few years, And you could say, yeah, most of this is deserved or that he brung it on himself, but the truth really is most of the hate that he receives just stems from like other members of other communities disliking him because of what he said about their favorite streamer. I personally think that Bruce is one of the best streamers to ever touch Twitch. Yeah, of course, I don't agree with the things he says or the things he does, but if I want a streamer that I know is going to entertain me and make me laugh, bro, I'm watching Brucedropemoff. It's not really many other debates. I'm not going to stop.
Like, if you think of streamers like stand-up comedians, he's definitely one of the edgier, risque, like, point makers, which makes him enjoyable, or made him enjoyable in certain senses. It's only when he started going against certain people, or it kind of took the fun out of it, because a lot of people that watch one streamer, if say you watch, you know, you're a big Kai Cenat guy, odds are you might have caught a Phantom stream, you might have caught a Duke Dennis stream, you might have caught, you know, a YourRage stream, you might have, you dabble in a little bit of other people's stuff, you know, because it's similar, it comes out, they are known for being around each other. So when you get into a space where guys like Bruce just throw caution to the wind and it's over with, it makes it a lot harder to make something shake, because previously you used to watch him all the time. Now he's not cool with this other streamer you watch, and it really comes down to either who you like more, or who you watch first, or how loyal you are to one over the other, or who you just agree with their opinions on certain things, or who you think was like the more respectful out of them. And it's unfortunate, but that's just how life works.
Stop watching him because he's beefing with Kai Cenat or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
but that's just my personal opinion about this entire situation. Y'all know that the only opinion I really care about is y'all's opinion. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you guys think about this entire situation? Do you still watch Brucedropemoff, or have you stopped watching him?
Shout out that boy A-Bando. I'm not gonna lie. He been cooking. He only got 3,000. He got, you know what I'm saying? He got 3,000. He got 3,000. I'm at 19. So I'm trying to get like him for now, and we're trying to reach the moon. But like, I wouldn't wish my success over anybody else's. I just want it. I just want it just like they do. Shout out A-Bando, man. If you watched it, if you made it this far in the video, go ahead. And you're watching on YouTube, of course. Go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications. You know what I'm saying. Also subscribe to A-Bando. He be having a lot of videos. He's obviously like a smaller niche reaction channel. Only less than 4K right now. So I think I'm gonna frequent his content. He also does really good summaries, so that's another thing. And his research is pretty peak. He doesn't really make that many mistakes, so I'm locked in with him.